I'm Greg Tepper. That's Greg Powers. This is This Week
in Cruton.
It's This Week in Recruiting with Greg Powers, our Director of Recruiting here at Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Follow him on Twitter at GPowersScouts. He has fine work at TexasFootball.com/recruiting. And, of course, this is brought to you by our good chicken friends at Chicken Express. Chicken Express, if you screwed up Father's Day, I know a great way to fix it.
Fried chicken.
If you were to go, honestly, like if your son were to like blow through the Father's Day stop sign, right? But then he showed up today, like you get out of the studio and he's like, Dad, I'm really sorry. I brought you a yellow box.
Oh, that'd make up for it.
You'd be like, buddy, yeah. What Father's Day?
Yeah, you can't hold a grudge on that yellow box.
No, you can't. We really do. I got to be honest. Look, Chicken Express, your marketing department is excellent. And I'm just saying, if you want to hire some people for your marketing department, in addition to your awesome marketing department, kind of look at the two idea man right here.
Tried and true customers who believe in the product for sure.
It's This Week in Recruiting with Greg Powers. We will start with our prospect on the rise. Our prospect on the rise. To Argyle we go to talk about their 2026 quarterback, Maguire Gasperson, who committed this week to UTSA. Had offers from places like North Texas, Maryland, Tulane, and UTEP. But it is the Roadrunners who get the services of Maguire Gasperson, who... This feels very Jeff Traylor coded. Like, this guy is just a ball-playing dude that I think Roadrunner fans are really going to enjoy watching his tape.
I'm going to put another, feather in UTSA's commitment cap on Maguire Gasperson. His parents attended North Texas. North Texas had offered him. That's a pretty good rivalry in state right now. So this was like a direct win against a team that they compete against. So that, to me, says the level that they're recruiting at in this one. 2,895 yards and 28 touchdowns last year to earn 3-5A Division II overall MVP honors, stacking that on top of offensive MVP honors from 2023, before they kicked up to 5A from 4A. To me, that was one of the biggest things about his highlight tape and Argyle in general is Gasperson adjusted to 5A football very quickly. Not only that, thrived there. So the step up in competition, which I think is very, very important at the quarterback position, because if you go back through the history over the last 15 to 20 years, playing at a high level of competition is pretty important towards your success rate in college. And Maguire Gasperson's not only thriving, but has them in contention to be a state championship contender, I would guess. I mean, you're the expert when it comes to these Texas high school football teams, Greg Tepper. I got Argyle as like one of the faves.
We have Argyle pretty highly ranked. You're going to enjoy. Argyle fans, I think, will like their ranking heading into 2025. They are a legit threat because of a guy like Gasperson. They have weapons on the outside.
Yep.
Really nice weapons.
Always loaded in the trenches.
But it's like the distributor. I mean, it's not always... Argyle's had good quarterbacks, but it's not every year they have one. You know what I mean? A lot of times, one of the things I really admire about Todd Rogers is he will shape the team or shape the scheme.
We all remember the Nick Ralston.
Absolutely. He'll shape the scheme around the team. There are years where they would throw the ball 10 times a game, and then there are times where they'll throw the ball 35. When you got a guy like Gasperson, you're like, oh, just snap it to him and let him cook.
He's tricky athletic, too. He can beat you with his feet when he needs to, which keeps defenses honest. And I think... I always like to look back and rewind the clock. Last season, that last game against South Oak Cliff had to put some motivation behind the offseason this year. And I look at those things heading into the season. This is a highly motivated team with senior leadership at the most important position in Maguire Gasperson and a lot of weapons all around him, including Braden Bach and Julian Caldwell. And over on defense, you have Malik Bracey. Just a fun team.
The newest UTSA commit, Maguire Gasperson, the quarterback from Argyle. Let's continue on with our commit of the week. Our commit of the week is Fort Bend Marshall athlete Caden Johnson, who this week committed to Texas A&M. The Aggies pull in the services of Caden Johnson, the outstanding playmaker there for the Buffaloes. He had offers from all over, including places like Colorado and Washington State, but the Aggies came calling, and Caden Johnson picked up the phone.
Yeah, big quarterback, 6'5", 6'6", 220 pounds, and I like the recruiting approach that they use to convince him that College Station was in his best fit. I think that he's probably going to get his first shot at the tight end position moving into college, but I think he could also be that big-bodied quarterback that you can use in goal line and red zone situations to move the chains or pick up key touchdowns, because those are the most important possessions, right? If you move inside the 10-yard line, who do you have on your roster to hammer at home? I can't help but envision Caden Johnson being that guy, because you have to respect you're going to have to respect his ability to throw it too. 25 touchdowns last year under center at Fort Bend Marshall, and as we're talking about just his quarterback play, I think coming back, another big-time guy that could have his team squarely in the mix to compete potentially for a state title. This team is another loaded team, and you're not going to come across too many squads that have a 6'5", 6'6", 220 pound. I mean, he's massive.
Aggie fans are not going to enjoy this, and I mean this with all love. Tyrone Swoops comes to mind, just a hard-charging runner when he lowers his shoulder. But this is a guy who obviously doing it at the 5A level in a highly, highly, highly competitive district there. I mean, they're having to play, teams like Richmond Randall within their own district. This is a guy who is battle-tested and a guy who has passed every test that has come his way. And you're right. When they need the play, they're just like, snap it to KJ.
See, what he did right here is what I kind of envisioned. I was thinking Blake Bell, the Belldozer type of a comparison there, too. Something like that. Something along those lines. Just a multifaceted offensive weapon who can punish defenses and run over linebackers in goal line situations, because whenever he hits somebody, he's probably going to drive them back. Unless they're stud of studs.
Yeah, absolutely. Caden Johnson, the newest Texas A&M commit, is our commit of the week out of Fort Bend Marshall. Let's round it all out with our underclassmen of the week. And in our underclassmen of the week, we have a very special thing to toss to for our underclassmen of the week. If you want to throw to the...
First and foremost, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because I know that without him, none of this would be possible, and I wouldn't be in the position I am right now. I just want to thank him for waking me up every morning and blessing me with new opportunities. I'd like to thank my parents who sacrificed a lot for me to get to this point, just constantly showing me support and having my back no matter what trials and tribulations we went through together. I want to thank my little brother for pushing me to be the best big brother I can be, but also the best person I can be every day, and motivating me. I would like to thank my trainers, Coach Bam, Coach Kelvin, Coach BJ, who helped me become a better athlete along this journey and always pushed me past my limits. I'd like to thank my coaches, Coach KJ, Coach Foster, Coach Vic, and Coach Fennell, who helped put me in the best position to make plays and helping me become a leader on and off the field. I'd like to thank my pastors for helping me become a better man of God and always giving me scriptures when I needed them the most. Finally, I would like to thank all of y'all for coming out today to support me on this big day. And once again, I want to give all glory to God, because he's the reason why I'm here today, and I wouldn't be able to do it without him. And with that being said, for the next 4 years of my athletic academic career, it'll be all right. And with that being said, for the next 4 years of my athletic and academic career, I'll be committed to...
All right, Davontrae, man, you just made the decision. You have all your supporters here. How cool was it to have all the support from the community, your family, your friends, your coaches, everybody being out here?
Man, it just feels amazing knowing all these people here for me, just knowing they're here to support me through my journey everywhere I go. I just thank y'all all for coming out. I couldn't be here without y'all.
It was Baylor, man. You're staying at home. You're playing in Waco. What was it about the program that made you feel comfortable enough to go ahead and pull the trigger with an early commitment? You know, you still got 2 full years of ball left to play.
Yeah. Just here to take care of my family. Baylor took care of my family like they was their own. They just always been there for me and showing me how to be the best player I could be at all times, and just getting here to stay home and play for all my peoples here in the hometown.
I know fans in Waco are going to be excited about your commitment. What are they getting out of you? What are you bringing to the table that makes you so special? Why should those Sikkim fans be hyped?
Man, I'm just here to play ball, be a lockdown defender, make tackles, make plays, and just help Baylor turn the program around, bring us a winning program.
You heard it from Davontrae D-Train Kirkland right there, man. Congratulations on the decision. Family, thanks for having us out. And it was a tremendous opportunity to come out here and watch one of the top ballers in Texas commit to his future program. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
There he is. Our underclassman of the week is Davontrae Kirkland out of Waco University, who you just saw commit Saturday live on Dave Campbell's air. Commit to the Baylor Bears, and really nice win here for Dave Aranda and company to seal the borders and keep a hometown kid at home.
He'll be joining his teammate at Waco University, London Smith, who's committed in the 2026 class, playing for Baylor, and they're doing a tremendous job of keeping the local talent home right now, and really a good job in general on the recruiting trail. Baylor is recruiting at a very high level over the last 2 classes, and it seems like the momentum continues to build, and they're stacking these recruiting wins now on top of each other. Davontrae's a very versatile defensive back who could play corner or safety in college, over 80 tackles last year, always around the football, has a nose for the ball, so I'm excited to see not only how he does in college, but how he does for Waco U over the course of the next 2 seasons.
Baylor has been cleaning up on the recruiting trail. One guy that we never have to clean up after is Greg Powers, our director of recruiting here at Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Follow him on Twitter at GPowersScout. See his fine work at texasfootball.com/recruiting. Thanks, Powers.
Thanks for having me.